Hear the Lord's words to his people, Israel. You yourselves have seen what I did to the Egyptians, and how I bore you on eagle's wings and brought you to myself. Is that how you would describe what happened? The protection from the plagues, the deliverance out of Egypt. The Lord was carrying them on eagle's wings and bringing them to himself. The Lord couldn't dwell in Egypt. It was an unholy land. He had to bring his people out because his desire was to dwell among them. He's still working on bringing his people to himself because it's still his desire to dwell among them. The image of being carried on eagle's wings is similar to me of the image of hinds feet on high places, or even of the famous story of footprints in the sand where Jesus carries us through hard times. They are pictures of being above the trouble, above the chaos and commotion. We can rise above it all and see it from a different perspective, one that's peaceful and safe. It's a position of rest, being carried, that is, if you can trust the one carrying you. When we had to leave Turkey because we couldn't renew our visa, we had to decide where to go. We had a family prayer meeting, and 10 days later the car was packed till the tires dipped, and off the family went to Germany. When we arrived in Germany, we didn't know what was next. We didn't know where our family of 8 was going to live. We didn't know if we could even stay in the country. Turns out we couldn't. But none of that was my problem. I had to put it in the Lord's hands. My job was just to trust. The Lord taught me through an object lesson. Did you ever have the feeling of falling when you were lying in bed? For weeks when we first got to Germany, I could not close my eyes without immediately feeling like I was falling. I would open my eyes and it would immediately go away. The only way I could go to sleep was to let myself fall and trust. It was similar to what you'd call a lucid dream. Jesus would always come along and catch me. Sometimes he was right there. Sometimes I would have to fall for a while first. Sometimes I'd try to grab onto something, but I would never be able to. I just had to let go and trust him. Let him hold me and carry me.